I really hope you get to this point in your playing. I really hope that it comes to this for you. And this is going to be a longer video, so if you need to hold it on the screen in 2 times it or fast forward it, be prepared. A little bit of a backstory. I was studying conservatory. I went to the conservatory UMKC, and I was there for about 4 or 5 years. And while I was there, God, there was so much frustration, right? There was so much frustration in my playing, and so much aggravation of I'm not playing my lip slurs the way that I want to, and just there's so much garbage in between them. They weren't smooth, they weren't efficient. I couldn't just soar up top in my upper register. I could play up top, but I didn't have the ease of access. There's just a lot of tension and a lot of force, kind of like even in the lip slurs. I had fingers and I had tonguing abilities, but I could never quite line them up. Or I could hit B flat, but B natural just wasn't accessible to me. So a lot of anger, a lot of frustration. Happy 4th of July, by the way. You'll hear all the booms in the background. But I went to a where they come up and they do a masterclass. Thank you. Good job, brain. I was at a masterclass for cello, actually. And, he had done his thing, brought some students up, played through some thing, gave them some techniques and all that kind of stuff. By the way, I highly recommend you study from other instruments too. Don't just stick to, brass or euphonium. Go listen and learn to pianists. Go listen and learn to cello players. Go watch opera singers and even pop singers on Broadway, and just gather all these little things, bits of information, so you can. I forgot about woodwinds, clarinets, those guys too. Bring it all, so you can bring it all back to your main acts and apply what they say to your instrument. But they had cello player masterclass. Did his thing, got to the Q&A portion of what most masterclasses do. And, one of the questions was, why do you practice? And from our perspective, from a lot of the guys in the conservatory, it's why do you keep doing this fucking thing? If it's just pain and anguish and, frustrating all the damn time. And, he had said, I practice because there's always something to improve upon. There's always something to get better at. And at the time, I was, because again, I was in the practice room, beating my head against the wall, trying to get better. And it wasn't until probably about 4 or 5 years later, after I had actually taken a whole year off. I had put the horn down, intending never to come back to actually playing, and ended up picking it back up because I wanted to, be in the brass band, and it sounded like fun and all that kind of stuff. So, hey, you've got to be the brass band, you got to practice. But it wasn't until I came back after putting the horn down where I realized that, his perspective of getting better, improvement wasn't the same as mine, right? Because what he understood was that he had this baseline of this is a fun thing to do, right? It feels good to make a sound on my instrument. It feels good to be technically proficient. It feels good to just make great music, right? And he had this understanding that he's a good player, right? He is competent, he is capable. He had this internal recognition, so that when he did get to practice, right, it was always a fun thing to do. Challenging, struggle, sometimes, sure, just because, different music, and that's kind of the fun of it, right? Like a video game, if you were just giving all the cheat codes to the video game, at least for some of them, it wouldn't be as fun, right? That kind of analogy. Okay. And so I really hope that it gets to that for you, and I want it to get to that for you. Again, that's kind of why I have a short plug for the collective, the collaborative, right? That's why I have the Euphonic Performance Collaborative, because this is a lifelong endeavor, right? Like it's a lifelong thing, and if you're doing it from a place of anger and frustration, God, that's a really shitty way to endeavor. You know what I mean? Like that is just not a fun way to go about it. And it's not what this should be about. Right? Like making music, it should be a fun thing. It should be a flowing thing. It have its struggles and challenges, but it's fun and it's exciting and it feels good and and so I really hope it gets to the point to where even like for me, I like to just practice. I can't believe, it's 15 years later where I just enjoy sitting, in my little space and having fun, goofing off on the horn or getting better at things, where it's almost to the point where like I could give a shit if we perform or not. I mean, it's nice to have the performance because it's something to go after, but I enjoy simply practicing. So, like, I really hope that it gets to that point for you. It's a reason why I have the collaborative, to help us get to that point to where it's just, like you just have fun doing it. But yeah, I really hope that, and I really want that for you because life's too damn short. Like let's have more fun and just enjoy ourselves along the way. So if you want help with this kind of stuff, if you want to join the collaborative, DM me or drop Epic in the comments. You can DM me Epic too, or just say hey. But yeah, I really want you to just enjoy it because it should be that way. This is a fun thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.